What up, what up, what up, what up? You hear that theme music, you see these beautiful faces, you know what time it is. It's the Let's Get Canceled podcast. I'm your boy, Big Tech Dog, your favorite friendly, lovable loudmouth.
And I'm Tommy with an H. I'm the voice of the people. I speak for y'all. Hey, yo, cousin.
What up, cousin?
You ready?
Oh, I'm ready.
All right. Let's get canceled.
Yo, listen now, for tonight, man, we got a great show for you, man. We're going to touch on a couple of different topics, and then we're going to hit that number one question that y'all already know what it is, but we're going to get to it in just a minute. But first, hey, man, we had a VP debate last week.
Yeah. Did we? Did we?
Did we really? Well, you know, JD Vance and Tim Walz had their debate, and it went pretty much the way I thought it would go.
Right.
It wasn't too much to it. It wasn't a whole lot to it. It was two white dudes talking on stage.
Right. They acted like adults though, and that's one thing that I think where JD Vance actually won a couple of hearts over was the fact that he wasn't who he is on the trail. He actually had some substance to what he was saying. He wasn't being a complete ass, and in that, I think he kind of solidified himself as the Republican right now. So if anything ever happens to Donald Trump, we know they have a ram in the bush. They got that backup over there that could definitely galvanize that Republican Party over there. Even though he says all the wrong things on the trail and in the media, when it came time for him to be the voice on the main stage, he did exactly what he was supposed to do. So congratulations.
He did all he needed to do was to get out of that. And I think I told you this before. He just had to not look like he was beating up on an old guy.
Indeed.
And he succeeded. And I don't think that Tim Walz did bad. I just think that it wasn't anything. They spent a whole lot of time. I agree with you, which is what politics should be.
That's how, right.
I don't know, man. They did all right. They discussed policy. They went through it. And so that's it. Although I did see polls today that say since that debate, it's gotten tighter because JD Vance didn't go off the reservation. And last thing on this subject for me is I hope nothing happens to Donald Trump, because as it stands right now, I think Kamala Harris will win decisively against Donald Trump. Okay. If something happens to Donald Trump and they have JD Vance gets coronated, we might as well pack it up, because he's enough MAGA for MAGA to fall in line behind him, but he's not so far MAGA that those Republicans who are leaving won't vote for him. So all the Republican undecideds that we pick up or convinced to stay home, I think they would go with JD Vance.
And I don't think he's a complete idiot. So I don't think that it would be the same. It wouldn't have the same effect as if Donald Trump were to remain the president. I think if he were to, something was to happen to Donald Trump and he were to be the nominee, I think it would be a little less chaotic than it would be with a 45 as president. So that's where we're going to stay on that one. But we had something spectacular happen just the other night. Watching the NBA.
We did. Wait. Let me go ahead and give it to you.
Yeah.
Bingo. Here you go.
Oh, we saw some history. For the first time ever in NBA history, we had a father and a son playing together on the same court. And I was just happy to see it.
It looked a little bit like this.
Back in the desert, and here we go. We've been waiting for it. It is the preseason, but LeBron James and LeBron James Jr. are on the floor at the same time.
That is nice. That's really nice.
As they're right next to each other. Of course, they've been playing against each other and with each other.
That made me smile.
Yeah.
That made me smile. To see that, it's just the son in me.
Yeah.
Looking and like, that would be so amazing if my father were to be at the top of a game and me being able to come in and play alongside him.
Absolutely.
That just made me smile to see that. So congratulations to them. I don't care what anybody says. I don't care what anybody says about if he deserves it or if LeBron made it happen, or I don't even care. It's the fact that we got to see history in our lifetime on this end. So congratulations.
It was a strong black man and his black son who came back from a medical emergency. People just like forget, right? Went into cardiac arrest. Come on, bro. And I said this about LeVar Ball. I say this about LeBron James. I am not a huge LeBron James fan. I'm not a LeBron hater like some people, but it's not like he's my favorite ball player, nothing like that. But to see a black man stand on principle and to marry to his black wife,
love it,
and to nurture his black sons with no scandals. You don't have to like everything he's done, but he ain't had no scandals, nothing crazy. And for him and his son to come out and be on the same court and he's arguably the greatest player, at least in this generation.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And he's at the top of his game before he retires. And he said it years ago. I'm gonna stay around long enough to be able to play with my son. And the Lakers came through for him. They owed him that.
That's yes.
And they did that.
Yeah.
And for all of y'all haters talking about nepotism and all this other stuff, what do you want from us? What do you want from black fathers? Like, if we're not there doing stuff for our sons, then you ain't do. Why couldn't you just do? Everybody else does it. Why you ain't do it? And then when we do it, oh, that's not fair. You shouldn't do it. It's a lose-lose. So I'm glad to see black men. They said the same thing about LeVar. LeVar talked like his sons were the greatest thing on the planet. Well, guess what? Who else is supposed to say that about this?
Indeed. And they said the same thing about Coach Prime. The only reason his son was getting the start is because of who his dad was. Bruh, we see enough black men go into the prison system
right
to be with their fathers. Now we've got them on the professional stage. This was a great thing to see.
Absolutely.
Ken Griffey Jr. and his father in baseball, because that was one of the things in baseball. Is like, well, they get those extended careers in baseball because it's not as taxing on the body.
Right.
To see a man be able to stay into a league for 21, 22 years and have enough time to, hey, that's my kid over there. This is my kid. Bring him in here. Let him play with me. The league owed that to LeBron James.
Yes, sir.
Again, he has been a gold star for this league. He has been the face of the league for more than 15 years. And to have him there and be able to say, I want my son to play alongside me, whatever it took, it should have happened. Now, I did see Golden State say they thought about taking Bronny, but to honor what LeBron James asked of them when he said he didn't want to come play with them and they knew he wanted to play with his son, they decided not to. So that whole, he didn't earn it. There were other teams willing to pick this young man up late in that draft and did not because of who his father was.
Well, wait. The only reason they were looking to pick him up was because it could lure LeBron.
But LeBron already told them no. He had already told them no. He wasn't coming to Golden State. And they were still considering it. However, they said they thought about LeBron's want to play with his son. And again, as a league, I think the league would have said no anyway and found a way for this young man to do it. Or he would have been like, no, I'm not going to sign there. I'll come in as a free agent. The Lakers were going to get him one way or another. He was going to play with his father, but I'm glad the Lakers did the right thing and honored LeBron's wishes and drafted this young man to come in and play alongside his father. And again, for that, that's a huge salute to these black men being excellent. Salute to you guys.
Salute. Well, check it out, man. Speaking of black men, I'm gonna switch it up, give you a fresh five.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna let you go ahead and hit this. I'm gonna play a little something for y'all right now, and y'all tell me, and you give me your reaction to it. All right?
Okay.
Our organization is retiring your jersey. Yes, retiring your jersey in Scotiabank Arena, and we do it with great pride and great honor. So, on behalf of all of us, we say congratulations, Vince. First jersey to go up.
And I'm truly thankful to be a part of this. I'm truly humbled. And I hope that night we get to see it and it motivates everybody else just to be the best version of yourself. In 1998, prior to social media, I didn't understand the impact that I could have to be loved and have this honor, man. It's been a whirlwind. It's been an unbelievable ride. 4 years removed from the game, and I still love it. I still love being around it. I still love you guys, watching you guys play. I was fortunate enough to play 22 years. Some guys dream for it, some guys don't want to, but enjoy it. Don't take for granted what's on the front of your jersey, because when you appreciate what's in front, the back will take care of itself. That's your last name. You build a legacy.
It was sad, bro.
Shout out to Vintage Vinsanity, though. Shout out for them putting that video together. But the emotion on that man's face from that, because there was a contentious relationship with Canada.
Yeah,
when he left, when he had to leave. So to see them stand in there and give this man his just due, I applaud that, and it's well deserved.
Absolutely.
You remember when Toronto came in? There was a Vancouver team also. That Vancouver team is no longer in Canada. That joint is the Memphis Grizzlies now. Yeah. So he established something there, and
they came in with us. They came in with us, I believe, with Orlando and with. Was it either the year a couple years late? No. I think it was the same year. I got to double check, but I'm pretty sure Orlando, Toronto. Who else? Miami? No. It wasn't Miami. It was somebody else.
Because you guys have been in a little while before, because their first draft class, I think it had, I believe it was like Damon Stoudemire or somebody like that up there with Zeke. But just a Florida boy going all the way to Canada and showing out, bringing the NBA to its knees with the dunks. You know what I'm saying? The athleticism. He was an all-time great. Some say he didn't live up to his potential, but I would say he did everything he needed to do to stay in the league for 22 years. So I definitely give him his props on being able to maintain and get his jersey retired up there. He will soon be a Hall of Famer for sure.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
absolutely.
So that's for sure.
Well, here's the thing. What I liked about that was the fact that I don't know all the particulars, but I believe that he did not know that was getting ready to happen.
Oh, you could tell that. You could tell that
he was completely lost.
Yeah,
but
with
also
the tears.
Yeah,
the black man. I'm gonna hold in my tears.
Hey, nigga. What about a jersey retirement makes you need to stretch, nigga? Like, that nigga said,
touch toe. Woo. Yeah. Because the emotions taking over your body, man. You just gotta find a way to release that, man. But
he also had that was at a court, a park that he kind of sponsored. Like he helped put that together for the kids in that area. Like, so salute to the Raptors. That's a stand-up move on y'all part. Salute to Vinsanity, man. You were the human highlight reel of our generation.
Man, half amazing. Man.
Absolutely.
Yeah, Vinsanity for sure. So I definitely want to give him all props to that young man. And again, a Florida boy.
Yes, sir.
Like that. Daytona Beach maintenance stand up.
You wasn't with me when he came to the we was doing the basketball game in Orlando, and I was on the mic, and he was there with the team. He still goes back to mainland, and he travels and helps with that team there, man. So salute Vince, man. Stand up dude. Class.
I remember that kid from class of '95. Him and my homeboy Gerald Seaman, who was at my school with me. He was actually the runner-up to him as Mr. Basketball in the state of Florida that year. But yeah, Gerald was nice with it. So shout out to Seaman, man. Shout out to Gerald. That's my guy. But yeah, Vince was still. I remember him coming in for the state tournament at the Civic Center in Tallahassee and just watching that young man dunk on everybody. There was nobody in his league, and again, Gerald was the runner-up, but you could see there was he was in a different class at that particular time, just because of athleticism. But yeah, shout out to Vince, man. Shout out to Vince for sure.
True.
Well, cousin,
yeah, man.
We done with all the prelims.
We done with the prelims. Let's get to it.
All right, man. You know the main question of the night. Let me read it so I make sure I get it right.
Okay. Well, no. I'm gonna read the question to you because
you gonna read the question.
You got me last week.
You're right. I did.
I'm gonna hit you with the question. So, ladies and gentlemen, my question to you, Tommy, with an H. Our topic question is: who's to blame for the state of today's women? Now, that is a very loaded question, just like the question last week was loaded. But I'm gonna pose it to you up front because I think I took some heat over this last one from last week.
Yes, you did.
Somebody didn't like my Yas Queen comment.
Boy, yeah, that IG was going in. That tick was going in too, buddy. Y'all, hey, thank y'all for the comment. We'll discuss y'all. We got y'all in 2 more weeks. We coming back to talk to y'all.
Yeah, we're gonna talk about it. But for real, here's the question to you, man. Like, who, in your opinion, who's to blame for the state of today's women?
These ragged ass niggas.
Uh-oh.
I'm sorry.
Go ahead. We own it now.
The young men. It's the men's fault. The women are the way they are because of the men. Like last week, I gave it to the women. I put them out there and I gave them my opinion.
I'm sorry. Who gave it to the women?
I did.
You did. Okay.
I did.
Y'all hear that, ladies? I don't know what's going on this stupid podcast, but every time I say something, I'm the devil and he's like an angel. I don't understand how y'all can get away with that, but it's okay. I know why, because he's got ringers. A lot of y'all niggas, y'all know him and y'all know he's fucked up. But no, you gonna try and blame me. But you know what? It's all good. I'll take it on the chin.
But I love y'all for it. But tonight, I'm on y'all guys' heads. I'm on y'all dudes' heads straight up tonight because these women do a lot of things right now because they have to. Because again, last week we jumped on them because I said we're going to take out the portion where the fathers leave. We're going to take out the portions where the son's there with their mom only. Well, now we're going to talk about why. Right. We're going to talk about why these kids are there alone. And again, why these mothers do the things that they do. And the reason that they do them is because y'all niggas ain't shit a lot of times. And I'm going to put this out there right now. There's going to be a lot of the people that I love and know that's going to hear this from me and they're going to be angry with me about the way I talk about these men. But again, if the shoe fits, lace that motherfucker up. You dig? Lace it up. Wear that bitch proudly.
Hey, fellas, I'm on y'all side. I don't know what he's talking about, man. I'm with y'all. We riding, dogs.
Hey. With me, it's F your mama, F your daddy. I'm here riding for the kids. So, hey, and the reason that I'm riding for the kids, because your mama and daddy, y'all had time to get y'all shit together, man. Now we got a cake for these kids. But to answer the prompt, the reason that these women have to be so strong and so ruthless and so cunning and mischievous is because y'all niggas have turned them into those people. Y'all have turned these women into these crazy women that have to do X, Y, and Z to get a little bit of attention. A little bit. Now, why do they scheme? Because y'all niggas don't act right. That's it. You niggas show up, you start off with lies, you end with lies. You don't come and tell your truth. You say the truth and your truth ain't the same. Nigga, I want one of them, just show up with some truth. I don't care what part of it. Just show up with some truth and help the ladies out a little bit. But for the most part, guys show up and they do whatever they can to get pussy. And then after they get pussy, they trying to leave.
Okay. So I'm riding with you partially.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna start out on this side first. I saw an interview that was with golly, and both their names just left my brain. Skip that. It'll come to me in a second. Mm-hmm. But in general, men have disappointed women into the role of having to be the lead. And in my opinion, God dog it, in my opinion, it's never meant for, I won't say it was never meant for a woman to lead. It's never meant for a man to be subservient. Hear me out. Mm-hmm. What I mean is that women can lead. Women have the ability and in a lot of instances are better at it than men. But it was never meant for a man to play the background role. You understand what I'm saying? And that's nothing against women being able to do. It's just what men were meant to do. So I'll use this as an example. Every man that I know myself included, partners with their woman. Partners with their woman. What I'm talking about is the fact that we got a bunch of puss-ass men who are falling all the way back, and now you don't make no decisions. You don't do nothing. You ain't got no drive. You ain't got no ambition, no nothing. And it's getting ridiculous. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So the interview that I was going to tell you about, and it'll come to me in a minute, but it was James Baldwin.
Mm-hmm.
James Baldwin is talking, and he's saying, he's asking the lady what she needed from her man, and she said, "I need you to lie to me."
Lie to me, yeah.
And he's like,
that,
"I
Nikki?
can't."
Was that Nikki?
It was
Nikki Giovanni.
Nikki Giovanni.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yes.
Yeah. So Jay, and she's like, "Lie to me," and he's like, "But I can't."
I love that clip. She was like, "Yes, you can. You lie to them crackers all day,
and that's what it was.
Of course you lie to me, because I don't even want to care. What does the truth matter? And why are you going to be truthful with me when you lie to everybody else? You lied when you smiled at that cracker down the job, right?
And he was from a male perspective, really truly thinking that he's doing the right thing by coming and being and trying to be honest and trying to do this and trying to do that. And she's like, no. I want you make sure everybody else is okay with your words and your actions, and then you come home to me, and I got to go through hell. And when I tell you that thing struck me, I was like, ooh, it's the truth. And I don't think what she was saying was like deceive me, lie to me. It was, if you've had a rough day and everything is getting on your nerves, don't come home and then unload on me. Every once in a while, you need to come home and lie. Pretend like you had a great day. Pretend like everything is going great and you couldn't wait to get home to see me, when in fact you couldn't wait to get home to just unload and
to get away from the bullshit you had to deal with in your day. And that, to the point that you're making, is kind of where the women have had to deal so long that now they just don't want to deal with the bullshit any longer. And when we come in and all we do is bag on them, we don't tell them anything good. Our whole day is this happened, so fuck you and leave me the fuck alone. Like, that's where a lot of shit goes wrong.
True. Well, I would tell you like this. I think, and I've been guilty of this myself, you have a rough day, and then you come home to, as my wife would call it, your person.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? You come home to your person, and what you do is you just unload and you dump everything on your woman, and you're like, this is this and this one and that one. And then when that's all done, when you unloaded everything, you didn't check on her.
Mm-hmm.
You go shower or go out with your homeboys and get and drink, or you just sit down and watch the game and eat and expect her to have the food and all this stuff. And when all that's done, you're trying to do one of two things. You're trying to go to sleep, or you're trying to fucking go to sleep. And that's it. So what happens is you've gone through your whole day. You have dealt with everybody else and made sure everybody else was straight. You came home, told your wife how bad it was, or told your woman how bad everything was, ask her to give, and then you went to sleep, woke up in time to go do it all again the next day.
Right. But here's the thing. The one thing that most men hate is when they've had a bad day, their woman's had a bad day, and their woman just wants to tell them all about the bad shit they went through, and don't allow them a chance to. It's not reciprocal. I don't get that same thing back.
That's for sure.
And what ended up happening was men started to just unload all of the bullshit constantly.
Right.
And the women are like, I don't want to deal with that. So then we get attitudes. And what we do as men is, I'll go find someone who will listen to me and not give me the bullshit.
True.
And then that ends up causing these women to not trust you, to not want you to be around as much because, nigga, you full of shit. And then that breaks up the home because they're willing to sit here and deal with a lot of shit. What men will do is like, I'm not dealing with that. I'll go find someone who's not going to give me that.
True. Well, let me get some clarification before we go any further.
Mm-hmm.
When we say who's to blame for the state of today's woman, what do you see is the state of today's women?
Independent.
Okay.
They are solely in a space, and I think these are just women, because men, we act like we're okay with being alone. We're not. Women have found a way now to be okay with being by themselves, and that we men have done to them. We put the women in a position where they're okay with not needing us, and we don't make ourselves a necessity in their lives any longer.
I see you. I hear what you're saying. I think that if you're going to say the state of today's women is, for lack of a better phrase, over independence, I would say the reason that they're in that situation is other women.
Nah.
I'm going to tell you why. Let me explain to you why.
Because they bought strap-ons.
No, I'm not saying not relationship.
Uh-huh.
I mean that there was a small pool of single women who got really good at convincing other women that didn't have to be single that they should be single. You don't need a man for that. You don't need a man for that. And what you fail to realize is that relationships aren't necessarily about what I need from you or what you need from me. Relationships are about how we both can come together and be better together than we are individually. Yes, you can do everything on your own. Every dude can do everything on your own. And as far as the physical stuff, there are plenty of females out there who will just give the physical stuff and move on. We've discussed it before.
Yes, we have.
So let's not get it twisted. But what happened was these really annoying, overly. You ever meet somebody, a female, who thought a whole lot more of themselves than they should have?
Oh yeah.
Okay. So those women were single because niggas ain't putting up with that. And what they did, instead of working on themselves, they went and found some other females who did want to be in relationships and didn't want to be with somebody, a significant other, and convinced them that you're better off by yourself. Now,
so they're recruiting. They went out recruiting.
Now, here's the problem with that, ladies. As soon as she recruits you, if the man that was trying to get at you, that you turn your back on, gave her any type of attention, she'd leave you behind out there single by yourself and be with your man. That's real. That's real. Now, when it comes to the whole independence movement, where we screwed up, where we screwed up was, instead of affirming the independence portion and accentuating what we can do and how we can be better together, what we did was man, women think they men now. No, brother. That's not what that is. What that is she ain't getting ready to put up with your bullshit. She ain't.
And that's where I was going to go next. It's not necessarily that these single women are telling them you don't need a man. They're telling them you don't have to put up with the bullshit that he's doing to have a man.
But you do.
You don't.
You absolutely do. You don't have to put up with all of it. You absolutely do. Because being in a relationship is about dealing with all the stuff that you like and you don't like. I'm sorry.
But you don't like certain things. And again, same thing with guys. We don't like certain things, but we ain't finna put up with too much bullshit. We are not going to put up with too much bullshit.
Okay,
and what men expect is for women to put up with a bunch of bullshit.
All right, I might have went too far. Define bullshit.
I can't define bullshit for these ladies. All I know is y'all niggas do some bullshit. Y'all and every dude that's watching this right now is sitting there going through his bullshit list like, yep, she should have left me for this. She should have left me for this.
Okay, but that's good enough. That's good enough. When you say stuff she should have left you with. See, when I'm saying bullshit, I'm saying like the idiosyncrasies, like the little stuff. I ain't getting it. If he respected me, he would have made sure his shoes are in the right side of the room and not the left side. Better.
That's some bullshit. That's some bullshit. That's the shit that every man's gonna look at a woman and be like, if this what you bother me about?
Exactly. Okay, so
that's why he goes and finds the girl who Don't care
Don't
what
care.
side. Shit,
As long as they under her
right
at the end of her
under
bed,
my
she
bed,
cool.
right. As long as they're under my bed, I'm okay. Yeah.
So what you're saying is women decided, and I agree 100% on that. Women decided, you know what? If you feel like you've got to go elsewhere to get attention, if you feel like you got to go elsewhere to have fun, and then I'm supposed to just sit here and wait hand and foot on you and wait till you get home, I don't got to put up with that. And they made moves. This ain't your great grandmama no more.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I can't even say grandmama. Your great grandmama,
Right,
had to
because
put up with that.
grandma wasn't having that either. But there are
No.
also men and you mentioned it on the last episode, that have no get up and get out and drive about themselves.
You got
They
to
want,
get up, get out, and do something.
and I'm not saying guys that go to work and work your 9 to 5 and you make whatever you make and you're able to provide. I'm talking about the guys who, I'm not going to go to work. I'm only going to go into the studio every day. I'm only going to go out here and work these menial day jobs because I've got a bigger plan. I want to sell dope. I want to do. There's something about him. There's like, I'm not going to have any consistency with my woman. I'm gonna do what I can when I can because she got it. And there's a whole generation of men who have that she got it mentality where, and again, I know some cats, and this is kind of the cats that raised me, was like, if she don't have a degree, if she don't have this, that, and the third, I'm not gonna date her. And it's not because they need someone who's equal with them or who has some potential with, they're doing it because I'm not gonna do shit myself. Therefore, I need someone who's gonna go out there and handle it for me, and I can sit around and do what I want. Like, sit around and I can get on FanDuel and I can bring in $1,000 here and there, but I'm gonna lose $5,000-$6,000 trying to get there. But she got it. So when I bring in this 1,000, she's excited. Now I'm gonna give her 300 of it, and that other 7 I'm gonna take with me, and I'm gonna put it back into the game and loot. And these are the situations where women are like, okay, I understand, but I'm hoping he would do better. I'm hoping he would try to make this next step.
And then women just got tired of hoping.
They got tired of hoping, but they also like, well, I don't find these other guys attractive, or he's gonna put me in the same position the last guy did, so I'll just do it myself. And
are you the one that sent me that clip with the chick talking about she wouldn't date a banker because he need to sell dope on the side or something?
Yeah, I sent you that shit there.
And to that, I think that's another state of another group of women.
Yeah, exactly. Those are not the women that we're talking about here. We got a post up right now.
I'm gonna be talking to him about him in a minute.
Yeah, but
I'm gonna talk about it.
There's a post that went up on Monday where this young lady said she didn't like this guy. He's been shooting his shot at her for a while. Her kids wanted to go to the fair. She knew he would pay, so she reached out to him so he could take her and her kids to the fair. After they went to the fair and he spent his money, he reached out, was like, "Hey, come and stay with me. Come and let me see you after you get the kids to bed." She was like, "Nah, I hope you find someone who actually likes you." And she was like, "He was just a simp." and the music that was put behind that, Tupac. I wonder why they call you bitch.
Right.
Because that kind of woman right there, she's not the kind of woman I'm speaking of right now. We didn't make that kind of woman. Now,
yeah, we did.
You know what we did, and you know how we did it.
We backwards, like we're doing with a flip flop.
No. And you're right. We actually did make that kind, because there's a lot of niggas out there who's gonna pay for whatever they want to pay for, and then there's some simp niggas out there who are gonna continually throw their wallet out there. As opposed to, she been curving me for this long. Now she wants to go out with me and she's gonna introduce me to her children. Day one. He wasn't peeking. He wasn't peeping. He was not receptive enough to what was going on. Any woman that's gonna introduce you to her kids day one, she does not like it.
She broke.
She doesn't like it.
We created them in the way that a father creates his son, and by that I mean you don't ever teach your son to sell dope, but if he see you selling dope,
right,
he's gonna do it. So what happened was these women have watched men for eons.
Trick.
Just try and do whatever they can to get what they need. If they need some money, you know what? They're going to sweet talk a female until she come up out of her purse or some bread. If they need some whatever, they do that. So now women have started doing it. They used to be a lot more subtle. Now they seem real niggerish with it. You understand what I'm saying? And we did that. We have, and because we went too far the other way with it ain't tricking if you got it, or I'll pay for it. You did all that stuff, and females went,
But what there should have been a lot of women sitting at dates paying their own way. And that's how you stop it.
It should have been a lot of men saying, "Hey, I appreciate the sentiment, but you put that away. I got this." I'm serious, bro. Like if you getting ready to go down the road and say that men and women on the first and second date should be splitting the bill, nigga, I'm logging off. Like,
no. I'm not going there. I'm going to the fact of niggas know when they getting played.
Oh,
you know when you getting played.
Absolutely.
When you go out to a restaurant and this chick ordering 3-4 appetizers and main courses and taking it to go, young man, you go to the bar and like, hey, I'm gonna pay for my part, and you leave her there. You leave her. That's the only way, because I'm starting to see a trend of. I saw this girl posted. She was like, "Yeah, this guy's sitting in front of me eating," and she was like, "He asked me to come out."
Is that the one where he eating the steak? And she said, "Like, are you for real?
Now, my only problem with him was he was eating a well done steak. That's my only problem with him.
Hey, you can go straight there.
I knew I was shooting the shot. I was shooting the shot at you, bro. I was shooting the shot at my bad. But for her to say, you asked me, and he was like, why would you come out with no money? That's everything to me. I'm telling you, I had a first date with this young lady. She went out and she started ordering way too much. And as she was ordering, I was like, you know, you're paying for that, right? And it was like, oh, bro, like
you say, you know, that third appetizer come with a side of dick.
No. Because here's the thing, I don't even want to push. If this is what you think I'm a duck for some coochie, I'll show you better than I can tell you. I'll make a phone call right here at this table to let you know who you really dealing with. But and her thing was,
that nigga said, I will fuck another bitch in the middle of your mashed potatoes.
Straight up and down, bro. But it was the thing of you know you're paying for that yourself, right? You know you're gonna pay for that, right? And she was like, oh, and it clicked.
Yeah. And
her thing was, I'm not broke. And I was like, great job, because this lets me know you're not coming out here to hustle me. Right. But I made sure you understood before that waiter left the table, like, hey, bro, you know you're paying for this. And I don't quack. Like I am not one of those. I am not one of them. I do not quack. Yes, like sir. I've given out in my day. I've given some assistance.
Yeah.
But it was never for something in return. It was always because you have a need and I'm going to help. But there is never this is transactional, because if that's the point.
Well, here's the thing. You got to remember, if I come out of pocket, like I'm very, very much out of practice. But
right, exactly. This is some years. This is long time ago.
Oh, by the way, congratulations, man! I saw the post.
Oh yeah, we 15. We 15 in, bro.
That's what's up. That's what's up. I'm 20 next year in March.
Yeah.
Salute. Anyway, so if I'm already going to go into it, right, and I'm spending money anyway, I will splurge. I'll go in and I'll be like, you know what, this young lady, we're gonna see where her head's at. If I've got the disposable income, if I got this disposable money, you know what? I'll take you to a nice restaurant. I'll do this. I'll do that. What I'm trying to do is I'm trying to see what type of female you are.
Right.
What type of woman are you really? Are you a transactional woman, like you just said, or are you someone of substance? Because if you're transactional, then I don't want to spend that much time with you anyway.
Right.
Because that wasn't the type of female I was looking for. You understand what I'm saying? When I took my wife on our first date, when I tell you we went through being broke, you understand what I'm saying? Like we was going to church conventions together and stuff like that. I would literally go to Taco Bell, bro, with $7, and both of us eat good at Taco Bell for like $7. You understand?
Yeah, the dollar menu back then, 20 years ago.
Right. But it was someone of substance. And this is the same. I'm the same dude who had to spend a whole bunch of money just to try and impress females and all that other stuff. We created that because dudes like myself then who will just splurge. I think women realize, like, you know what? Okay, well, if he gonna spend the money, I'm just gonna take it for everything he got. But dudes like me was like, no, you're not getting ready. This is the night that you get. You know what I'm saying? Because
Right.
I'm feeling generous. Please
Right.
understand that I won't pay for it ever. You know what I'm saying? That's not happening ever. You know what I mean? Like, so whatever. I treat it like it's a transaction. Like you said, like, you know what? I spent and I invested this money to see if this could be something. It's not, I take it as a loss, like a business. You know what I'm saying? But if it was upfront, like, you got to take me to, oh, well, you can go by yourself, baby. I ain't going.
That's where, again, when I said that the niggas made these women the way that they are, and they set these expectations for these women, because there was a point in time where niggas led with their wallets, and it became a problem for the everyday man. It became a problem for the niggas who didn't have it, because now you are completely overlooked if you tell a woman, I don't have it. When she sends you that cash out request for $100, and you're like, you mean you want 100 from me? I don't even know you, lady. But that's the expectation, because there has been some guy out there who they saw in the club who was buying the bottles and just throwing money away, and now that's the expectation for every guy. And then you had the Kevin Samuels situation come in, where he told every woman that they need to go find a high quality man.
High value man.
High value man. Yeah, there you go. The high value man. So now every woman is seeking that high value man, and the majority of men are not at that level. So now the men are trying to exude that when that's not really them. So we have set a bar for ourselves, just like we did when we were out there paying for coochie when we should not have been. And that became what they expected. Now we're at a point where you've got to make this much or you're not a high value man. And again, like I stated on the last episode, it should not be about the money. It should be about being a good man. And if you're a good man, they don't, but again, we've made it to a point, men have made it to a point where being a good man is secondary, because we don't care about being good men any longer.
Absolutely.
We don't care about taking care of home. We don't care about treating women right. We just figure if we throw the money at them, they'll do what we say. And so the women have adapted to that point of just take the money, and he can do whatever he wants to do.
At least they get something out of the deal.
Yeah, they get something out of it. They get something out of the deal.
I'll tell you this: we neglected to have a balance.
Yes,
we neglected as men to balance that hustle, that drive. And I'm talking about real men now. I ain't talking about y'all punks.
Yeah,
I'm talking about real men.
We don't know how to speak for suckers because we ain't suckers. So like I said, we will never be able to speak for suckers.
No, but what we did was, in the quest to be what we pictured a man to be, we neglected our counterpart. We neglected our partners. So what we did was we became completely engulfed in work and upward mobility and all this stuff, which is all important.
Yes.
But equally as important is making sure your woman knows that she is loved and cared for and needed. So what happens is we left her here and we went this way. And then here comes these punks who are fucking your old lady. Yeah, that's right. They are. And they're doing it because you were so focused on looking a certain way and playing a certain part that you forgot there is a reality with a real person in it, and she's left all alone. Yes. So what is she looking for? What does she need? What does she want? She expects the security and the safety and the stability. What she needs and what she desires is the emotional part. So when you neglect the emotional part, some slick talking nigga will walk in there and be like, "Hey, you are beautiful. What? Why are you crying? What's wrong? What Eddie Murphy say? What you crying about?" all of a sudden, your woman is with Dexter St. Jocks. But we did that, and in that manner, we created these women. And what happened after that was that you find out your woman screwing with somebody else, you point the finger and you go off on her and say she's this, and this. And what those women started doing was barking back like, "Well, you left me," and that's how you get phrases like emotional cheating and all this other stuff, because she feels justified in the physical act because you emotionally left her.
You left her.
It's like, all right, you touche, motherfucker, touche.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So, so we created this perfect storm of independent women who no longer go that extra mile to preserve a certain way of life. They are now going for themselves. And like we said last week, there is an abundance of these soft niggas who are willing to just take whatever and do whatever role that your woman dictates you to do. And it's leaving real niggas out here going, "Oh, wait a minute. Maybe I screwed up. Maybe I messed up." And these women are super independent. I blame Beyonce, but that's another topic.
No.
All the women's independent. Throw your hands up.
Batman. That's what I hear. I hear "throw your hands up, Batman." I don't know what the fuck she really said. But here's another.
That was
thing.
a strong P on there.
But here's another thing that these guys have done. Is we have taken these garbage pail kid bras. And we have treated them and told them that they are the most. No, they're still queens. They're still queens, and they're still great-hearted, but they are ugly. And we made fat asses so important that bitches forget they ugly.
They forget that there's a lot of fat to go along with it. No. We told them your fat booty was wonderful, but now you just decided that the fat booty goes with fat everything else. No. We just got a bunch of fat bitches.
Nigga, hey man, I have never had a problem with a fat girl. I love them to death.
Neither do I. But I got a problem with a
thing.
fat girl saying that. Like,
but now you get to be ugly with an ugly attitude, and niggas are going to still treat you as if you're great. Like, you get to be a garbage pail kid that acts like you are better than every other bro. Like we let substandard motherfuckers think that they are top tier. Niggas have made this happen. So now nigga, see, here's the thing. You don't go on OnlyFans. You don't go on OnlyFans. You check out the OnlyFans. Dog. There are so many bras out there that have no reason at all to ever be naked, for real though, because they're just but enough niggas out there telling them that they are okay.
I quit.
And again, niggas have ruined it because it's a lot.
I like the way you jumped on me. You was ready to jump on me about going down the fat lane, and you stopped me before I could get down the fat lane, and then you just went in on ugly.
Because it's not the fat lane. Again, a pretty fat girl is great.
Yeah, absolutely. Whoa. Don't see, and this is my problem. Pause. This is the problem that I have with you in this podcast, right? Because I'll say something, and before I finish, you'll go this way, and I'll let you go that way, and before I know it, I'm like, wait a minute. I see what you just did right there. You made me look like I'm talking about. I was not aiming at fat people.
Okay,
like, I'm a big dude.
Good.
I'm a
Me
fat
too.
dude. I'm a fat dude. All right.
Completely
but
fat. Completely
the
fat.
problem is that when I say, if you've got women who are built like semi trucks with a face that look like they got hit by one, acting like they're cover girl models, and I don't understand it. And they have the attitude to go along with it, and you've brought nothing to the table.
And I'm not saying that they don't deserve to be loved and to be all I'm saying. You did. My only problem is that you have this attitude of I am better than.
Right.
and you spit all this bullshit. And again, you got these niggas out here who are feeding into this, because
True.
I don't mind any woman. Again, I don't mind any woman that's going out there and loving herself.
Right.
However, you don't get to be a asshole about it and
Right.
make someone think that they are lesser than because some nigga has told you that he'll shoot up the club. So now, all these niggas want me. And niggas are, ladies, I'm gonna tell you this right now. Most niggas will fuck a couch. Ask JD Vance. Niggas will fuck a couch. Come back, bro. Come back. I need you to come back. I need you to come back.
I'm sorry. I'm here.
Don't leave me out here alone. I'm just saying, like, ladies, like, stop letting these niggas gas your head up.
Yeah.
Because they really, it's not about you. It's about them catching one. And as soon as they knock you up, they're gonna try to run. They're gonna try to run. They're gonna try. They're gonna try to disown you. They're gonna try to get you to abort. They're gonna try to do you to all these things. But again, I blame the men, because you guys are out here so strung out on I gotta catch one. Niggas with slump busters.
Yes.
You know the term.
Yes, I do.
There are so many women out here who are last resorts, who are slump busters, and these niggas will gas you up. And niggas, your fault.
We call them the 215s because in Central Florida, the clubs was closing at 2 o'clock.
2 o'clock.
So at 2:15, whatever you ran into on your way to the parking garage, that's what it was. And 2:15.
And again, there's someone who's gonna love you, but it can't be this nigga has said all the right things, so I'm gonna go with him because he doesn't like you. He doesn't really like you. He's trying to fuck that night, and he's never gonna call you again. He's never gonna. Well, he's gonna call you again. He's gonna call you again when it's been a couple weeks. I know she down. I know she down.
At 2:15 when he left the club and he didn't pull nothing.
Right. And niggas holler at every chick they see, and that makes these women feel as if every nigga wants it. Every nigga's gonna get me. Every nigga loves me. And then here's the biggest part of it. It's those text games that you play with them. It's the text games. Like I know some people in my past who all it took was a couple of text messages here and there, and they're gonna be like, "Oh my God, he can't get enough of me. He really likes me."
I think the problem is that us dudes have convinced these women.
We play too much.
We've convinced these women that it's forever when it's really just for friction. That's all. That's all I need. The sad part about it is that because of that, you have a generation of women who are raising future women who are either one of two things. They're going to have less self-worth and self-value, or they're going to have an overinflated sense of self-worth or self-value. And either one of those is bad. Extreme anything is horrible. All right. Extreme anything is horrible. So yeah, I'm you go ahead, because I'll go down the whole other line.
Because again, I'm going down this other road with these niggas. I'm going down this other road with these niggas. And how they make these women so hard. There's these niggas. I said
this ain't the tranny episode.
I said they make the women hard, man. Not the dudes.
This is not the tranny episode, like I said.
They harden these women's spirits. They harden these women's spirits. And what they end up doing is you devote this time and energy into this woman. You make her feel there's a future. You knock this woman up, and then you run the fuck off. And now this woman is over there having to raise your seed all by herself. I don't give a fuck about this. No, I don't care. I don't give a fuck. I don't care. I don't care. It's coming out. It's coming out.
Go ahead.
You leave these women over here to have to play mother, and this kid has no father. So now the mother isn't able to give her all in being the nurturer of that seed. Now she has to, because now I have those other duties that the father should take. The guidance, the showing you how to properly treat people. Because a son, especially a son is going to look to his father on how to treat people. Now, you can have the nicest mother in the world. Your father could be an asshole. You more than likely grow up to be an asshole because you look at that male role model. So now you've got this mother over here trying to teach her son and or daughter how to love. It should never be the mother having to take all roles. Now, I would never say I'm mama and daddy. Like, I hate that with a passion because you can never be daddy. Now, you can never play both roles. Now, you may have to fill in and be extra mama, but you can never be mother and father.
And this is why I have a problem with women who say, well, I'm a single mother, so happy Father's Day to me.
Yeah,
no. How about this? How about just happy Sunday? Because he's not
right. You had your day first.
Right.
You had your day first.
Right.
So that, but when you niggas leave these mothers for whatever reason, and a lot of times you get mad with the mother and you take it out on the child. So now you separate yourself from the child also.
And that's a sucker move.
That's a sucker move. That's a sucker move. And then like tell you a quick story. It ain't gonna even be a story. It's just gonna be a situation. Nigga leaves his family. I asked the nigga, like, man, what happened? This nigga told me all the shit that the lady did wrong.
Right.
That he felt was wrong. And I was like, well, what did you do? Man, I ain't do nothing. That's how I know a nigga lying to me. Because a woman is gonna take a whole lot of shit from a nigga before she cuts him off and was like, I'm not dealing with this no more. Like, every dude, when I was coming up, every guy who had divorced or split with a woman, you ask him what happened, he always said it was me. Never have I heard that this woman did this woman did that, because women are pretty much a mirror of us. So whatever we give to them, they're gonna give back to us for the most part. Now, there are some outliers to this, but for the most part, whatever we give to a woman, she's gonna give back to us. She is a mirror of us. She is a reflection of her man. And if you start treating her a certain way, she's going to start treating you a certain way. You start drifting away from her, she's eventually going to drift away from you. And
not always true.
Not always, but this is the majority of the time. I'm not, there are no absolutes in anything in life.
Right.
But what I'm saying is, for the most part, the women are a reflection of their man. Like, you got some trifling ass women out there, of course there are. But for the most part, if there is a breakup in a relationship, majority of the time it's the dude. It's the dude. A majority of the time it's the dude.
You saying relationships, or you talking about like serious relationships, like marriages?
Yeah, like marriages and stuff like that. Like I say, when I was coming up, every dude, when you ask him like what happened, he would come and he would run down a laundry list of things he did not do that drove her to that particular point.
But you see, I think those are real men who are taking responsibility like they should.
Exactly.
That doesn't
we
mean
don't have
that
that anymore. We don't see that anymore.
That doesn't mean that a woman is absolved from what she's
not at all. No. They're not absolved. But what it is the man knows his portion of it. I'm not going to ever bash a woman to make myself look better.
Understood.
Never.
Understood. You're right.
The man is going to stand on what I did. It don't matter what she did. Here's what I did that caused this. That's a real man to me.
Yes, sir. You're right.
Yeah. So these are, again, nowadays we've got these dudes out here who will they go to the internet. Like you have a beef with your old lady and you start to drop subliminals on the internet, nigga.
Nigga, you got old Tyrese crying memes and got doggone theme songs and stuff.
Right.
Like, come on, man,
bro.
Shut up. Quit,
right.
Man up. Pull your panties up and
we're gonna get to my point in a minute, because again, that not in a minute, but in another episode with how the internet has ruined relationships. We're gonna get to that, because dog, ain't no way in hell I'm gonna be mad with my old lady and we dropping subliminals on my Instagram story. If they ain't the most bitch made shit ever, you
ain't lied a day in your life
ever.
Listen, if you ever look at anything on, like, I'm very rarely active on social media. Like, I'm the dude who you send all your memes to and your videos to, and I look at them and laugh out loud. I might even show people who are standing around me what you just sent me, and you'll never know I saw it because I forgot to react or respond. It's terrible. I'm bad at it. You know what I'm saying? I'm not good at it. It is what it is. Like, you'll know that I saw it when I bring it up to you. Go, hey, were you the one who sent me the?
As you have done here on this podcast.
I did do that.
Right.
So, but if you ever look at it and read it and say, "Oh, he must be going through something serious," I'm not.
Ever.
I'm not.
Ever. Anything that's going on in the house is going to be dealt with
In the house.
But I'm not. The world will never know what's going on. The world will never know. Just know if you see anything posted on the Let's Get Canceled podcast page or on my personal page, it's either for jokes or jokes or jokes. That's about it.
A promotion of the next episode
or a promo. But then you will, if you're looking at my pages for what's happening in my real life, you'll never know. That's not the spot. Your best bet be to text me and be like, "Hey man, how's life going?" Now you're still not going to get it because you're never going to hear me say a bad word about my wife ever.
That's never going to happen. No. You listen, bro. Right now, she could go and burn half this house down and smack me in the face. I'll hurry up and close and turn this camera off so nobody knows. Whatever happens between me and my old lady is between me and my old lady.
Right.
You don't get that information. You know what I'm saying? And healthy, unhealthy, right, wrong, or indifferent. Whatever it is, that's between us.
But that's the other problem with these niggas is y'all dudes out here trying to match energy with bras.
Yo, you hoe niggas.
And that forces women to go out and I'm on a couple of close friends lists with some people that I know. And I start seeing shit and I'm like, I had to call one of my homegirls. I saw something she posted up there, had to hit her up like, "Hey, take that off of there." Wow. No one should know that you're going through this shit. No one should know because all this is doing is letting the other niggas know that there's problems in paradise. And that should never happen.
Here come the snakes.
Right. And that should never happen. But also, you know your old man sees it also. So all he's going to do, because he's one of them niggas, is he's going to start posting shit that you can see. So now y'all having a whole beef on the internet instead of talking to one another.
And then going to sleep in the same bed or in the same house. That's just dumb. That's dumb. And here, bro, let me tell you something, man.
Please talk to him.
If you got a problem with your old lady and your thought process is not even to call your homeboy, I think it's healthy to be able to pick up a phone and you got somebody in your life that you trust explicitly that you can have a conversation with about everything that's going on in your life, and you know it's not going to go past that. It's a rare breed when you have someone like that you can talk to. Number one, it should never be somebody of the opposite sex. Now, when you talk about your old lady, you can't go talk to another female about the problem that you have with your old lady. Number two, you've got to know that even if you and this person fall out, that information doesn't ever go anywhere. You understand what I'm saying? Like me, I told y'all, like you have a whole lot more friends, like a larger friend circle than I do. I'm real small friend circle. I know a lot of people, but people that I can literally be like, that's my family, very small group. I could call D right now and tell him everything that happened in my life. And me and D could have a falling out tomorrow. I know for a fact nobody will ever know whatever I told him. And he knows for a fact nobody will ever know what he told me. It's healthy. But if you go outside of that circle and you're going to the public, and you're talking about problems with in your relationship, nigga, what is wrong with you? Because you do know it's other niggas like you, right? You do know it's other niggas watching that going, yeah, okay. And you know what he gonna do? Hey, listen, no disrespect, but I understand, and I'm here for you if you ever just need to talk. And you know what he gonna do? The first couple times, that's all he gonna do is just talk. And what he's gonna do is lay the groundwork so he knows that, you know what, she trusts me, and he might be genuine. He might be genuine, but guess what? It's all for one end. And now what you've done is you've let another nigga take up residence in your wife's head and heart, and guess what? You're screwed.
Right.
You're done.
Because as soon as you make it public, like a lot of times it's niggas doing little bitch shit. A man should never have to, and a woman who loves her man does, and you post these things on your stories and to your pages. So now you just want your old lady to see this so she can come back and talk. Bruh, you could have sent that to her directly. You didn't have to give that to the. And then you like, I just thought it was relatable. Nigga, everybody knows if you find that shit relatable, something going wrong at the house. And it's
Right.
and it's your homeboys looking at your page like, oh, she ain't sucked that nigga dick no more. Let me call her, see if she looking for a dick to
Please know
suck.
that we laughing at you. Please know that we laughing at you.
Bruh. But again, if you my nigga, I'm gonna hit you right now. Take that shit down.
Yeah.
Even my homegirls, if I see some shit, hey, take that shit down. For the next month, just post selfies. Don't post no more shit that you relate to, because the niggas, because the people who seeing it, the people who are seeing it are plotting, and you know that's not what you want. So go ahead and take that shit down. If you having an issue with your old lady, stop trying to match her energy. Oh, well, she posted this, so I'm gonna post something in response to that. Nigga, that is so not what.
That's
you
so
should
feminine.
be doing.
That's so feminine.
That's not what men do. Men are going to handle their business. They're not going to put everyone else in their business.
So you know what? I think that is the perfect game for the night. The perfect game is, you know what, fellas? Let's get back to being men.
Ooh, boy.
Let's go back to being men. And I'm not talking about the toxic masculinity, quote unquote, which I don't even really believe in, but that's another thing.
That's another discussion for another day.
I'm talking about the fact the men standing on their own two, men standing with their head up and taking whatever comes with it. Start being men. We don't run to everybody to air our dirty laundry. We don't air out our old lady to anybody.
Ever.
We don't do all of that. What we do is we try to find solutions. That's what being a man is about. Find solutions. That don't mean force your way on anybody. That don't mean it's got to go your way or no way at all. But that just means that you got to find a way to find a solution. If you love her, then you're going to figure out a way to make sure that she knows that, and you make sure things go positively. If you don't, move on and quit playing with her.
He said men start being men. In other words, stop acting like bitches.
Right.
Don't do that.
And if we start being men, if we start handling business like men supposed to, I bet there'll be a whole lot less of the type of women that we seeing around right now.
Straight up. And that, again, the reason that these women are the way they are now is because we have forced their hands.
We have
turned them into the strong women, and everyone's always saying, oh, she's a strong woman. Well, sometimes the women don't want to be strong.
Yes.
And a lot of them hate all strong.
Say that again, sir.
Stop making them be strong. The strong woman, they don't want to be strong. They don't want to be.
They already got to be when they leave you. When they go out there, they already got to be. Exactly. At home, needs to be able to be the woman.
Yeah. So allow women to be women, but also men, stop being suckers, because as long as you're a sucker, they're going to suck you, and not the way that you want.
Oh, I was going to say, wait a minute now.
Not the way that you want. No, trust me. They're not going to suck you the way that you want. They going to, if you're out there quacking, they're going to treat you like a duck. So don't be quackers. I think I've said this before in one of my past pods. Hey, don't be a quacker, guys. Hey, good guys, don't quack. Don't quack for them.
Well, I'll tell you this, man. I think that's good stuff. And you know what, y'all can take it or leave it.
Take it or leave it. But I'm pretty sure we're gonna have to revisit this one again.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure we're gonna have to revisit this one because it's what we did with the women last week. I was okay with where I left it, but there's so much more that I feel that men need to hear from other men, because there are way too many other options where women tell men what they should be doing and what they're not doing, and it's hard for them to hear it because it's coming from someone like, you're not a man, so how could you tell a man how to be a man? And the women telling men what men want. No. You need to hear from some old dudes who have been around the block a couple times.
True.
So I gave this game a little while ago, and I'm gonna give this game again here. And again, it's not to override the game that we have, but men, start picking better. It'll make life so much easier. Start picking better.
That's true.
Start picking better. Because
Yo, what up, man?
we have not been canceled yet. That last episode, you almost got us there. You almost got us.
Almost.
Oh, that yes, queen.
They didn't like that at all.
Oh, they didn't like that. They almost.
But I'm
that
happy
was
they did.
That was almost reported. So
yeah.
but we haven't been canceled.
Listen, man. Next week, we may have a couple of guests, so y'all don't want to miss.
Yes, we will have some guests. We will have some guests.
Yeah, and also quick shout out to my brother Sterling, man. They just started their new the Bald Headed Barbershop.
Podcast. Shout out to Sterling, man.
Salute, man. Like Sterling and Paul, man. Like that. If you watch them catch you gonna have a good time, man. Ain't no hate over here at all. We support and we promote all of our brothers and sisters doing their thing. All right. So,
indeed.
Like you said, man, we ain't been canceled yet, so we got to do it again next week, bro.
Got to do it again next week. We'll see y'all next week, Wednesday.
All right, for sure, man. Love you, boy.
Love you too, boy. Love y'all. Peace.
If I love you, I can't lie to you.
Of course you can lie to me. And you will. If you love me and you're going off with Maddie someplace, you're lying to me. Because what the hell do I care about the truth? I care if you're there. But Billie Holiday say, hush now, don't explain.
All right, I accept that.
Of course you'll lie to me. Because I don't even want to care. What does the truth matter? And why are you going to be truthful with me when you lie to everybody else? You lied when you smiled at that cracker down the job, right? Lie to me, smile. Treat me the same way you would treat him.
I can't treat you the way I treat him.
You must. Because I've caught the frowns and the anger. He's happy with you. Of course he doesn't know you're unhappy. You grin at him all day long. You come on when I catch hell. Because I love you. I get least of you. I get the very minimum. And I'm saying, fake it with me.